Hello, I'm Scott Hall, coming at you from COVID-19 lockdown. And I'm in my COVID look, I think. That's what I'll call it because I'm looking at a bunch of videos and people's hair is a mess and they don't try as hard. They just don't give a crap. And it's okay because we'll just go back and we'll look at the series of videos. And you'll see where I tried to fix my hair up, and then all of a sudden you'll see these videos where I'm all looking messy and horrible. That was the COVID days. Um, but I wanted to talk about Ave a little bit. I channeled Ave last Friday, and that was really wonderful. He came through, and I was not expecting this. It had happened before, but not in public channeling. But I ended up crying. He When he comes in, I just feel all this emotion and energy and a release. And it's happened before where I've kind of laughed, cried. It happened with Jamie Butler when she was giving me some training with it. And she experienced that, but I've never done that in front of a group of people before. So that was weird. It's very vulnerable. But people said so many nice things about it that it really, they felt my crying, and they were getting teary, and some people said that men who were watching felt like gave them a reason to, or seeing someone else be okay with emoting made them feel okay with it somehow, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just felt like this great letting go and just started bawling to start the session out. So usually it's laughter. It was that and then laughter when he came in. It's like I had to get out of the way with the crying, and then he came in. So that was really interesting. And I love what he said about your body, pointed by this is how you're currently expressing your energy. Is that this what the body is? I always think of the body as us, and that it is us, and there's no difference between us and our bodies. But he's like, no, the body's an expression of your energy, which is a really cool way to say it, I thought. And he talked about belonging love, feeling like we belong is like the love that we want the most. But he's also saying that is the love we are made of, is the belonging love. We're just made of that, so we can't be separated from it. As usual, he's saying that, so our separation, our feeling of separation from love is a misperception on our parts. It's kind of, we believe something people have told us is not true. It's not true that we need to be in love with someone else to feel that kind of love, that we are made of that love. So if you didn't get to watch my channeling with Ave, I'll put a link on the bottom here later. You can go sign up, and by signing up you'll be on a newsletter for Ave information, and I will send you a link, or it will automatically send you a link to the YouTube recording of last Friday's channeling about belonging love. So do that if you want to see how it went down. It was really cool. He was very energetic, and I got a lot of great comments about it. This Friday I'm going to be performing music again. I'm going to have a concert. I'm not sure exactly. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Last time I had the pajama jam. It's going to be a little different, so keep your ears out for that. It's going to be Friday at the 17th at 7 p.m. Hi, Sydney, and hi, Virginia. Also wanted to talk about that. I'll be channeling Ave for the Center of Love and Light, the Center for Love and Light. So the Center for Love and Light is where Janet and I have our office. We really miss it. We miss it badly. We miss the people there. Though we have seen Jamie a couple times by chance. We are going to help out by giving our time to a Patreon program that they're running, where there's different tiers. I don't know if you're familiar with Patreon, but there's different tiers, and you get to experience the performance, or the the performance that Ave is a performance, but some sort of healing session or whatever from the different practitioners in the center as part of the Patreon program. So I'm going to be offering a channeling of Ave once a month. At least that's where we're at right now. That's what I believe I'll be doing. And so look into that. I'll be telling you more about that, where to sign up and all that. I think she's gonna have that out shortly. And I wanted to really talk about. It's great to see everyone on. Hi everyone. Ave is full of life. Regina says yes. He is. He is definitely full of life. He's teaching me to be. I think I'm an expressive guy, and I am, maybe compared to like the average American guy, but he's way more expressive, and doesn't seem to have any filters about what he expresses. Whereas me, growing up I was born in the '60s, and so everything was like you can only show this much, and even now where that's not the case anymore, that's in my belief system a little bit. So he's helping me with that, which is cool. So he's wide open, and you should watch him because he was rocking back and forth, rocking my body back and forth. Hi, Star. So I want to talk about soul's purpose, because Jan and I were having a nice walk this morning. We were going to ride our bikes, but it was too cold. But that's okay, because it means a cool day for us. But it was like 46 when we woke up, and we didn't want to ride bikes when it was that cool. And y'all in the north are probably laughing at me right now, but that's just the way it is in the south. But we were talking about soul's desire, and a loved one of mine is not really in touch with that, and what does that mean? And soul's desire, like people are like, well, what is my desire? What is my purpose? And the cool thing that I've learned through Spirit is that you know your purpose. No, don't have someone else tell you your purpose. And it is kind of your purpose to figure your purpose. That's your purpose. And how do you figure your purpose? It's a lot easier than we think it is. It is, what do you love? What do you desire? What do you like? And some people say, I don't really know. I don't know. And if you don't know, I'll give you some place to start. You can start by just saying, like, I've written some things down, like, do you have a favorite pen? If you have a favorite pen, that means there's something about that pen, the way you touch it, the way it feels, the color, the way it writes, that hits you in the right spot. You like it. You desire to write with that pen. That's you. That's you. Someone else may not like that same pen. You may find some people that do like the same pen, but that's just you. That's your soul. That's your individuality. Another example is like your favorite shirt. Do you have a favorite shirt to wear? So if you have a favorite shirt to wear, then there is some part of you that is functioning and saying, I know what I desire, I know what I like, and I'm going after it. Favorite color, favorite pair of pants to wear, a favorite song, favorite sounds. You like a certain birds chirping in the morning. This is part of your soul's purpose, because you're showing your individuation. You're showing your what you love, what you like, what you desire. And so the idea is, like, I'm going to say these words, and I think these words are helpful in showing you what you can be doing for yourself. And that is discover, uncover, investigate, look into, research, experiment, test, determine, explore. Nowhere does that say listen and just wait for someone else to tell you what you should be doing. It's about you going out and doing those things, you exploring, finding out what you like, what you don't like, and moving forward. Shannon Johnson says, good morning, Scott. You can also look at your full astrology chart to see what natural inclinations you come in with that may spark passion or direction. Yeah, so you can get direction. I like the word direction especially. And Regina said, but I don't even know where to start. Yeah, well, that's what we're getting at too. But direction is good. Yeah, you can go to Spirit for direction, that's for sure. But Spirit and God, the universe, did not put you here to be told what to do and do what you're told to do. It's to discover what you want to do. We are closer to gods than we are to this idea we have of this very narrow human that is in a body. We are actually more spiritually godlike that are projecting into a body. Think about that for a moment. We're more spirit projecting into our bodies. Our bodies are the projection of our spirit. And when someone says, what should you... Oh, Abe was saying that too. I think Abe was saying that the other night. Someone said, what should I do? And he said, no, yeah, what should you do? What will you do? What are you going to do? Like, back on you. We have the power. We are self-empowered to figure this out on our own. And you could start with these simple things like a pen that you like, or like in Regina's world. I know you like motorcycles, Regina. So, why did you pick that bike? Why that particular bike? Why that seat? Why that seat? Why do you like that kind of seat? And these are your decisions. These are something you like, you feel, and that's love. So once again, it always goes back to love. You are loving something, and we can call it like if you want to be more comfortable with that. I just like that kind of pen. But you are having some sort of vibrational match to that feels good to you. And that's important. So you're supposed to discover things. It was a beautiful thing was shown to me once. And it was when I was channeling. I was shown that we are like part of a soul cluster. And out of that soul cluster comes these little fingers. And we are on the tip of the finger. Our consciousness is the tip of those fingers. So it's kind of like little octopus feet or something like that, like long, thin octopus legs, arms rather. And on the very tip is a bright little spot. And that bright little spot is our consciousness. And that consciousness is supposed to uncover and discover and look into things. And I kind of like that. And I do like that pen. Are there other pens that write that way? Or I do like that bike. And I like this kind of seat, and I like the way this bike sounds, and they're uncovering, discovering, and that information, when it gets lit up, when the consciousness gets lit up with like, yeah, oh man, I love this Harley, all that energy, or for me, it's like Porsche, it's like, when I bought a Porsche, I was like, oh my God, I love this. All that energy goes back up to your soul cluster and to the universe, to God, however you want to look at it from your point of view, and lights up everything. Plus, other people around that are doing their own discovering, uncovering, research, experiment, they see you do that and get all lit up over your Harley. They get lit up and they're like, oh my God, I want to discover stuff for myself too. Let me see if anyone wants to say anything. Just how do you do that? Emily's watching. You can do a full astro chart. Yeah, so Shannon's showing where you can get your astro chart, so you can go look at that. Where was I? About self-discovery. So it's really about finding out what you love. And a lot of us get caught where we're afraid to go do that. And if you find excuses, if you're saying, as Ave said this before, if Ave was to say to you, yes, go out and look at motorcycles, you say, but it's COVID-19, I'm in lockdown, I can't go. He said, well, there's the internet. Yeah, but I can't afford one anyway. He would turn to you and say, yeah, you're living in your butt instead of your heart. I love that one. Living in your butt. I'm going to make a shirt on that one. Living in your butt. Stop living in your butt and live in your heart. So the idea is to go after what you love and catch yourself. Catch those butts. Catch, like if you're saying, but a pen's not important. You could say something like that. Just catch yourself. Like, why am I resisting over just doing something that I like to do? Why am I doing that? Writing a song, I was thinking about like what I like when I'm really discovering and uncovering. And I realized that one of the things I think I do best is write music. I've been doing it forever, since I was like 13 or 14. And that is a constant discovery, being in the zone, but it's a discovery and uncovering. I'm playing, I usually start off by playing what we call jamming on the guitar, noodling, and then I like that butthead comment. That's good. Noodling on the guitar and hearing sounds, and when something catches me and I really love it, then I follow that through, and then I start saying words, singing words that sound good, and when I find something, it clicks because it's getting me in my heart. And then the song has some meaning already just with the sounds. It has meaning, and so the lyrics come out that go with that meaning. And so it's all a discovery, uncovery, detecting, experimenting. So part of this is experimenting. If you're having trouble, maybe you're not careful. You don't really want to experiment because you don't want to fail. And experiment requires failure, and uncovering and discovery requires sometimes discovering things you don't like, and that's okay. But that's part of the process, is to throw out those rocks you don't like and pick the pearl. Pick the thing that you consider a pearl. Star says, resistance is hard to deal with sometimes, especially when you don't know why it's there. Yeah, let me think on that. Yeah, it's telling you, you don't know why it's there, but you can. One thing I suggest you do is to meditate on that and ask that question. What is the resistance? What is bringing that resistance in? What does that mean to me? And meditate on that. Yes. Do you ever feel guilty for taking time to create? Star said, oh yeah, I have in the past. Until I learned. Luckily I have a partner who tells me, she's like, you haven't played guitar today, have you? She knows that that's a bad thing. If I don't, my main creativity is guitar, secondarily art probably, but guitar really mainly, the music. And she will tell me. So I don't anymore, but I used to. So I used to think, well, I need to do this, and this makes money, and music never has made as much money as other things. So I could look at it that way. But then I was just like, you know what? Music is essential in my life. It does make money, doesn't make a ton of money, but it makes some money. But mostly it gives me joy. And it also gives, sometimes the family joy because they enjoy listening to the music. Some people fall asleep to it. I remember like a lot of my kids growing up, they would fall asleep to the music, whatever, because I'm always playing and it would just make them sleepy. So I don't anymore, but I have before experienced guilt over that. But get rid of that because that's not good. That's that's your life purpose. Being a creative person, stars to part of it is to create, and we're all supposed to create, but just different things. So what we consider creative, an accountant, a person who loves numbers, their way of creating may be doing something with numbers, and that we would not normally identify that as being creative, but it's very creative. Hit the nail on the head, Regina said. Okay, good. I'm glad. And hi, Jenny. So let me know if any other ideas you guys have about, like, I'm going to tell a story about the ceramic frog. This came to me a while ago, and I told this story. Let's say you're working in an office. This is pre-COVID-19. You're working in an office, and your work friend collects ceramic frogs. She is constantly looking on eBay for ceramic frogs, looking at Facebook Marketplace. She collects these little ceramic frogs, and you don't give a crap about them, but she gets so excited about them, so you listen to her. And she's like, at lunchtime, she's like, I'm going to lunch now, but I'm going just up the street, and I'm going to look at this ceramic frog. They've got this blue one that I really like. And you're like, okay, great, whatever. And then you're coming back from lunch, you're at the elevator, ready to go up, and your friend comes walking up. She's like, look what I got, and she's completely lit up. She's completely lit up and showing you what she got. Now, once again, that's like one of those finger things coming down. Her consciousness is on the end. She discovered the ceramic frog, and she's lit up. All that wonderful goodness of love goes back up to the universe, back up to her soul cluster first, and then the rest of the universe, however you want to look at that. But it goes upward, like spiritually, and then it also goes outward. So you're sitting there, she's got the ceramic frog, she's showing you the ceramic frog. You don't give a crap about the ceramic frog, but she's lit up, she's smiling. You feel that, and you light up and you smile. And what's weirder is that you can imagine this stranger, this other lady who doesn't know either of you, is waiting for the elevator. She smiles because your friend is so lit up, she can't help but smile. She just thinks it's cute that she's so excited. It doesn't matter it's a ceramic frog, but that's her thing. That's her mojo. That's what gets her going, is the ceramic frog. So she's discovered that. And so she could even say, I don't know what my life's purpose is, but in a way, she's already doing it. That's part of what it is discovering what you like and what you don't like. It doesn't seem like, I think somehow we were made to feel guilty going after things that we like, especially we call it materialism, being materialistic. But as Ave said, is what's important is the experience. If having the material thing gives you the experience, that's the important thing, is the experience. If you're having it to show people, then your experience is, I'm empty unless I have this and I show that. And that's not healthy. But if your thing is, oh my God, I love this thing and it just lights me up. And then on top of it, I want to give out that love and project that love, talking about what I love, even if people don't give a crap. So I do it with Formula One. I love Formula One, and Janet just listens to me, and I'm sure she enjoys that I'm lit up about it, but she doesn't really care about Formula One at all. But she does, sometimes I'll catch her, like she'll smile, and I could tell with the smile, her smile is, I love you, Scott, I love that you're lit up. So, not I love your sport, because it spores the hell out of her. Shannon says, when you are creating from a space of joy, abundance of many forms is available to come through that energy of joy to be... Why won't this thing work? I don't know, this thing is not working. But anyway, I hope I'll read it and get back to you. But something about coming through that energy of joy to be received, something. Anyway, I will read that later. But yeah, so any other questions about this? So the answer really is, like, if you were to say, what is my life's purpose? The answer is, yeah, what is it? Like, question yourself, what is it? Well, only you know. Only you will know when you find it. And I don't think it's any one thing necessarily. It could be a constant discovering and uncovering. A constant thing. It doesn't have to be like, this is it, right? It's just, what is it? You determine that. You decide what that is. That's kind of scary and beautiful all at the same time. It's kind of like what Ave is talking about, is that we're here to light our own campfire, to build our own campfire, but we do that by getting lit up by things we love. And that's our job is pretty simple. Okay, I think I've ended this now. It feels over, it feels complete. Thanks, Star. All right, well, y'all take care, and once again, I'll have a concert this Friday, so look out for that. It's going to be on Scott Hall Artist Musician Facebook page. I believe that's where we'll be having it. And once again, you can sign up for the channeling of Ave if you want to receive the channeling I did last Friday and you want to watch it. You can receive the link for it by going to, I'll put it in the comments, I'll put a link to go to sign up for that, okay? All right, y'all have a great one. Bye.